Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Zankyou no Terror, aka Terror in Resonance, episode 4 review. Now, obviously, the link is not in the box below, so you know the drill. This episode, let me go to the basics, but I'm going to add something else to the basics. Before I go to the animation and progression of story and so on and so forth, let me go to the OST real quick. The OST is beast. For some reason, like I didn't notice or I failed to mention it beforehand, but I'm mentioning it now. The OST is beast. It's fucking beast. I love this shit. When it came, first of all, the piano OST is lovely. It really is. It's lovely. In fact, I remember I had a professor. I know I'm deviating. Had a professor during summer classes, and he would always use the word luscious. The piano OST is luscious. It is fucking luscious, dog. So, then you have the two OSTs at the end. Now, the two OSTs at the end, one is a song in English, and I forgot what the lyrics were. Something like fly at the speed of flight, something like that. Sounds kind of weird, but whatever. It has a nice melody. It's very soothing. And then beforehand, you had a really sick, I can't wait to get this OST when it comes out. You had the OST when Shibasaki figures out that the password to deactivate the bomb is his own name, Shibasaki. And he gets it right. But unfortunately, his fellow officers, they cheated. And cheating in the sense of they used old footage to find where the bomb was planted, and they went to the location and winds up being a regular laptop, but the laptop is not investigated until it's too late, where you have 9 watching from a camera, clicks the button, and then all their files and evidence that they got at the beginning of the episode by going through a back door, because you see them do that in 9 and 12. All their files and evidence gets leaked everywhere. Everywhere. The web literally explodes. Well, not literally, but in this sense, the info dump was huge. And all their files, and probably the key ones that they want to keep hidden. The key stuff meaning like plutonium. Because if the masses were to find out that these guys, these 2 kids, stole plutonium, people would freak the fuck out. And of course, they're gonna keep that under wraps, but no, Vaughn. And it was funny too, because once he clicks the thing on Shibasaki's monitor, it says Vaughn, like not kaboom, but Vaughn. So, or I think the AI said Dokkan, but whatever. Either way, thing here is that obviously, again, symbolizing that their group name or like their clique name, whatever, their organization name, Vaughn. And then, bam, here it is, all this information. We stole plutonium, bitches. Everyone cower in fear. And obviously, this is going to lead to a massive backlash on the police. That's very obvious. So, I'm mentioning stuff that obviously ties into story progression, but just to reference that, the OST during that part was fucking beast. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Obviously, I'm not making it sound beast, but it's beast. Trust me, it's beast. So let me go to the basics now. The story progression. Overall, the main thing here is this. Again, we have the police officers. They're trying to stop this group. They're trying to stop Sphinx. And they're still using the whole Oedip story. This time it ties into the whole bronze stairs going into the underworld, and the underworld actually being the net in this case, and the bronze stairs, instead of using bronze, use letters, and so they scroll down the video that was on the YouTube, like they scroll down the comment section, and lo and behold, there's a link at the bottom. So that was pretty nifty right there. And the fact that, again, we saw 9 and 12 enter a back door into the police files, or like their server, I suppose. Yeah, their servers. They got into a back door, and pretty much they got access to all their files. Which then later on, even though Shibasaki was able to figure out what the password was, his own name, because in the riddle that Sphinx gave, it was to know thyself, and they were playing games specifically with Shibasaki, even though in the episode previous, it was, don't play games with us. So basically, in this episode, it's a challenge to Shibasaki and his fellow officers. And they succeed, but they fail because they cheated. So, lo and behold, all their info now, the most important stuff, like I said before, is already leaked, so everyone knows. And again, backlash, it's coming. It's coming, definitely. Also very important, Lisa, she's now, well, okay, I can't say that Lisa's actually in, but she needs assistance. In fact, she collapses at the end of the episode after 12, and, well, after 12 pretty much brings her to their headquarters, their home base. And my guess here is that she collapsed because of a whole host of factors. The key ones being the shock and the stress that is a result of her leaving her home, running away, and malnutrition. And I say malnutrition because of the fact that we've seen Lisa in the bathroom by herself, throwing up, eating the food, always throwing it down the toilet. And even though she got, if you would, an adrenaline boost because of 12's actions and motorcycle and her laughing for like the first time, like a genuine, like a gut-wrenching laugh, ha 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 ha, yeah, one of those. Of course, she didn't sound like that. If she did, then that's not the kind of girl you want in your life, obviously. But the point here is that when it came down to the reason why she collapsed, it's probably due to those main reasons. Shock and stress due to running away and malnutrition. So will they actually get her into their clique? I think it has to be done. Because 12 made a very good point. Right now, Lisa, she's running away. And if she were to be taken in by the cops, she'd probably reveal stuff about them to the cops. Which is probably the main reason why, when the police officers were... Because these random two cops, they were probably trying to be genuine and nice when it came to talking to Lisa about, why are you out here so late? Do you want to go back home? And so on and so forth. But 12 knew if she goes over to their station and she talks about them accidentally or gives them hints, they're screwed. So he just motorcycle, look back, smile, come with me. She knew, I'm going with this guy. So that's probably how it went down. Now, also, very important when it comes from a progression standpoint, the beginning, where you have Shibasaki actually goes over to, I think the town is called Aomori, where that's where 9 formerly worked at like some store or whatever. I'm not sure what exactly went down there exactly, but well, actually no, I think Aomori is also where Shibasaki was born and raised. I forget. Either way, he went to this town that has ties to 9, and pretty much what's very important here is that he's getting information from a first-hand perspective by talking to the people who knew 9 when he was working at this facility or place, whatever. And it's cool in the sense that even though 9 and 12 can erase their tracks, people will still remember them. You can't erase their minds. So that's pretty cool in that regard, because he's getting information from their minds, or he's getting first-hand information from what they're saying, from what people remember. But also, it's cool because he is experiencing where they came from, or at least where he thinks they came from, or where the cops think he came from. This area, experiencing the environment, breathing in the air, and so on and so forth. So, Shibasaki at this point in time, by doing this, he's trying to get access into their personalities, into their minds, into who they are as individuals, by going to where they used to be and talking to the people there, getting info that way, as well as experiencing the environment. So Shibasaki, when it comes from a... If you compare him to the other detectives, he's clearly a cut above the rest. That's very obvious. And I noticed how his friend, the big guy, he seems to be like, I don't know what the term is for, like, I don't know what the term is specifically, but he seems to be like one of those guys that says random shit, but the random shit winds up helping out Shibasaki so much. He's a plot device. The big dude is a plot device. I've noticed that shit. Where in the episode, Shibasaki's smoking, and the big guy is like, what the hell, man? Like, this is like a super no smoking zone. And then he opens the window, he's like, don't you know yourself? And he's like, oh shit. Oh my god, know thyself. So, the big dude's a plot device. He is. So, moving on. Animation was phenomenal. It was well-paced, well-structured overall. And you had, and the main reason why it was well-structured was because of the fact that you had Lisa actually tie more into what was going on with 12 and 9. And you didn't have 3 parts, because normally so far you had 3 parts going on. 3 parts being, you had what Lisa was doing, you had what the cops were doing, mainly Shibasaki, and then you had what 9 and 12 were doing. But because 12 and Lisa are now back together, or now they're working, okay, fine. Now that they're not working together just yet, they may in the future, but since they were near each other, you basically shrunk things down to only 2 parts. You had what the terrorist group plus Lisa were doing, and then you had what the cops were doing. So it was easy to structure because you had 2 main parts instead of 3 main parts. So yeah, let's keep it simple like that. So overall, the episode I thought was fantastic. I'm gonna give it a great plus. And I will see you guys later. King Lightning, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace! Have a nice day. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Yo! This OST is gonna be beast. It's gonna be fucking beast. I can't wait for it. Oh shit.